To create a hem, you'll first need to create a straight edge. This can be achieved two ways. You can use your Edit Pattern tool to select your hemline and open your Options menu. Select Delete All Curve Points to straighten your line and move your center front point up to balance it out. You can also use your internal polygon line tool to draw a line from your side point to your center front holding Shift. You can then select that line and cut it from your pattern by opening your Options menu. From there, you can select and delete it. Once you've straightened the hem, use your Edit Pattern tool to extend your pattern 1/2 inch by offsetting your pattern outline. Make sure to check the box to create an internal line with your previous hemline. Repeat the same for the back pattern piece. From there, you can return to your original line and this time offset an internal line 1/2 inch above the original hem. Repeat this for the back pattern piece as well. When you extend a pattern that is already stitched like this one, you'll also have to extend the stitch line, and you can do so by grabbing the Edit Sewing tool and moving back to your hem. You will see where the stitch line ends due to the color coding at the side edge. Select that point and drag it to the hem. Because linked editing is on, this should have automatically applied to the other side. At this point, you should be able to select your fold tool in your 3D toolbox. Select your original hemline in either 2D or 3D window. A simplified gizmo will appear. Select the bottom arrow and move it toward the interior of your t-shirt. Fold it about 2/3 of the way because overlapping can cause collision when you simulate. Repeat this for the back. Prior to simulating, we will need to stitch our hemline using the segment sewing tool. Stitch the top line to the bottom line, leaving the center as the folded hem for both front and back pieces. Simulate. Okay, let's move on to our sleeve hems. As you can see by the line connecting the sleeve patterns, they're linked. This will become a problem later as we create the hem, so we'll start by removing linked editing. Select one of your sleeves with your black arrow, and in the Options menu, select Remove Linked Editing to unlink your patterns. Now you can use your Edit Pattern tool to select your first hem, and we'll straighten it by deleting the curve points. You'll find that in your Options menu. We'll repeat your previous process by selecting our line and offsetting our pattern outline. Extend 1/2 inch And make sure the Create an Internal Line box is checked. Also in this case, you'll want to change the side segment type drop menu from perpendicular to mirror because the sleeve pattern tapers a little bit. We're also going to do the same thing as before to create a stitching line by offsetting an internal line 1/2 inch above your original hem. Before we start stitching, let's make sure we extend our sewing lines using Edit Sewing at the side seams. From there, you can grab your fold tool and fold both hems in the 3D window. Use segment sewing to stitch, then simulate. As you can see, hems aren't perfect the first time every time, and this is a great opportunity to show you how to set a sublayer for a hem. Start by selecting the Edit Sewing tool. You will see an arrow appear between your stitch lines, and in your property editor, make sure your Set Sublayer box is checked on, and you can change your sublayer from front to back. This will automatically change any issue you are having with your sublayer, and the arrow will go from plus to minus, or vice versa. And there you have it. With a few small steps, you can create a flawless 3D hem.